Hey there. Thanks for tuning in to Near Disney. It's the Wednesday show where us panel of local real estate experts and Disney enthusiasts get together to have a chat about the market and news topics happening for what's going on within a 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle. All right. Well, hope everyone is enjoying their week. It's just Wednesday, but we're halfway to the weekend, and of course, always charged to talk about what's happening around Disney. So feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat. Let us know who's watching, where you're watching from. So the show is all about viewer engagement. So if you have any questions for us, feel free to just shoot them at us in the chat or in the comments section. Even if it's off topic, what we happen to be talking about. I'm Elijah Lewis with Florida Motion Realty. They call me the Prince of Real Estate here on Near Disney. And throw it over to the little Brady Bunch square beside me.
Hey everyone, I'm Virginia Carlson, also with Florida Motion Realty, and I am known as Cinderella on the Amazing Dream Team.
Down below.
And I am Sue Koptiev, also with Florida Motion Realty, and they call me Aurora. My moniker is actually Sleeping Beauty, but I don't sleep. Really, I don't. Anyway, we are welcoming everybody in tonight, and so glad you joined us. Thank you.
You see, the prince already came and gave you the kiss, and so so the sleeping phase is behind you, but you still get to the Sleeping Beauty.
I slept so long, I have to be up now 24/7. There you
go. Making up for lost time. All right, so with ourselves introduced, we'll just throw it over the first topic, actually. So, Sue, you had something that was talking about some data about Orlando's hospital.
Yes, Orlando Health's Arnold Palmer Hospital was named the 35th in the country as far as their children's hospital section. And so it made, this was for 2026, the list for 2026, and it ranked actually number 1 in Florida for pediatric cardiology and cardiac surgery. So this is apparently a pretty prestigious recognition, and this was announced early June. But I wanted to just point out the ranking methodology involved comprehensive data analysis across four distinct sources. One source, national online survey, and that asked more than 10,000 medical experts to recommend leading children's hospitals in this area. And so these experts included general and specialized pediatricians and nurses. But the other thing I wanted to point out about this really amazing hospital, I'm grateful to say I haven't had any one-on-one personal experience with it. But I would love to hear from any of you, throw it in the chat if you have or know somebody. But if you click on the link that's inside just right there, and scroll down a little bit, they are building a brand new children's health pavilion, and it is coming soon. And that looks really beautiful and modern and up to date. It's going to provide even better medical care for our children of the Orlando area, and I'm sure a lot of surrounding areas too.
Wow, yeah, that's incredible news. There are a lot of really amazing healthcare facilities in Central Florida. I mean, from like the Nemours Hospital that's right off of Lake Noda. It's kind of like a medical job community, and then like the Advent Health Hospital that's right off of Celebration, Florida, where our office is. I mean, that hospital just keeps expanding. I think it's literally bigger than the downtown Celebration at this point. That is
could be.
Yeah, lots of incredible healthcare facilities in Florida. That's for sure. So let's see. We can throw it over to the next. So we want to cover the big news update this week. Of course, is what's happening with rate cuts. We are trying to get my thing back up. So basically, we got news today that the chair had their meeting and they had, the press grilled them like they always do.
Mhm.
But basically, they voted to leave its short-term borrowing rate in a range between 3.5 to 3.75%. So basically, they have decided to hold rates steady, saying that inflation remains elevated relative to their, typical 2% goal that they have, regardless of who's the head of the chair, and reflecting some supply shocks that have driven some price increases. So I mean, to try to look at it, some people were actually being more doom and gloom when it came down to like they were communicating, like the new Fed chair, Kevin Warsh was saying like, oh, maybe interest rates are going to go up, like, and it's like, wait, but then also it's like, okay, at least for now, neutrality and holding things steady is maybe better for you and your buying power than it going up. So we'll continue to keep you updated on that, and we will sing the happy rates went down song when that happens. Yes, hit the subscribe button just for that. We do this
Yes.
choreographed thing and sing.
We'll have to get Kim to write one. She'll write a song for that really quick.
She will. Definitely.
That's right. Kim Hawk, the fairy godmother of real estate, has a very deep musical background.
Yes.
Okay, so so just kind of we're going to jump into this next real quick. Virginia, you found an article that was about just how to market your home correctly, and from the homeowner's perspective, as well as us real estate agents partnering with the seller.
Yeah, definitely. We have seen so much, obviously, in the last 10 years or so, that people who are looking for homes either to buy or sell, or you look at the internet first and foremost, and that's really the first point of contact that a lot of people have with a home, especially if you're coming from a different state or a different town. You look on the internet first, and strong visuals are definitely more effective than something described in print. And most people nowadays, yes, gather their first impression of a home through the internet, and it's important to have all of the photos represent your home positively. So photos should show a clean, ideally decluttered space. And some helpful hints are: make the beds, limit personal effects, clean the surfaces. This is a big one. And it might sound like, oh, I didn't even think about this, but in a photo, toilet seats should be down.
Thank you. Thank you.
In the bathroom photos. I mean, these are little things, right?
But I thought I was supposed to leave the seat up.
I hate that when I see that. It drives me nuts.
Doesn't it? Yeah, it's just like these little things that make a big difference, and somebody might get really turned off by maybe lots of children's artwork. You love your kids, but maybe don't display all their artwork on the refrigerator if you're trying to take listing photos.
If it's really good, like.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we all think our children are Picasso, but there is a point. Things to keep in mind when photographing your property, even the aerial drone shots. Take things out of maybe move your cars out of the driveway, or if you have appliances or something, just something in the way that could even shoot like an aerial shot should be nice and clean, as well as the inside. Because these will help potential buyers, single out your home versus others that they see on the internet. If they see a home that's cluttered, maybe they love the location, but the inside, it just is a turnoff. Whereas another photograph that it's more streamlined and everything seems well put together, it kind of mentally you think, well, the home is well cared for, and it, piques your interest even more, because a picture definitely is worth 1,000 words. So just some helpful hints. And you'll see we have some listing videos that are coming up in just a moment. And you'll see that in these photos, we've taken care to make sure that the beds are made and the homes look, clean and streamlined. And it makes a difference.
That's a really good segue, Virginia. I do want to comment on that. It's amazing how I think now is the best environment for marketing your home effectively that's ever been. And you've got like the most fierce competition, because sometimes we always try to pull the comps when we're realtors. So we always try to pull like the past history of a home. Sometimes we'll just say like, okay, were these upgrades there before? And we go back and we click on the last listing from like 2010 or something.
Mhm.
It is amazing how horribly, awfully bad listing photos used to be in like a
Yeah.
self-respecting agent, even a top performing agent back then, the kind of things that would be uploaded to the MLS in the ancient times. And just like before iPhones got 4K or before like these
Right.
professional photographers like came in, like it was just it's amazing how, even for like $1 million homes that they were just taken with like a Kodak or just like an iPhone 4 or 5 back in
Yeah, like grainy photographs.
yeah, these grainy, badly
Or
lit,
or or,
bad
no photographs at all back then a lot of times too, maybe just the exterior of the home, which is really all that's required in, to present a listing. However, the
Right.
more photos that you have, the more people wanna, obviously they wanna see more, and the better you can make them. It just makes a huge difference.
So I'm going to give you a chance real quick to, yeah, topically talk about your listing that you wanted to share today, Virginia.
Sure. Yeah, this is a listing we are actually promoting it for Ashley, who is our colleague. She works in the Clearwater area. So this is a home just outside of Tampa in San Antonio, Florida. And it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, just over 3,000 square feet. It was built in 2024. Some highlights of this property: there are quartz countertops, elevated finishes throughout. There is a first floor in-law suite, as well as a bonus room that could be used as an office, maybe a home gym or a playroom. The lot is a beautiful lot. It has amazing sunset views from the back, and it's also backs up to conservation, so you won't have any neighbors behind you at any time. It's located in a community that has a lagoon, which it feels like a vacation. It's a 15-acre crystal lagoon. You can spend your weekends, uh, sorry, kayaking, swimming, paddleboarding. It's a golf cart friendly community, just a lot to offer. It's really beautiful. Again, it was built in 2024, over 3,000 square feet. It's like new, really flexible layout. Bonus room upstairs, and as well as the extra bedrooms, and the primary suite is upstairs too. And there will be an open house for this property on Sunday from 1 to 4, and the address is 10308 Fieldstone Myrtle Way in San Antonio, Florida. And if you have any other questions about this, or where it is, or want more information, you can definitely contact us, and we'll put you in contact with Ashley. She couldn't be on the stream tonight, but we want to help out and promote this. Again, open house this Sunday, August 2nd from 1 to 4. So definitely worth checking out. It's a beautiful community.
Absolutely. Well, happy to talk about it. This is us branching out a little bit beyond the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, we'll say.
Mhm.
And yeah, showing you that we can bring you some of those opportunities too with that kind of lifestyle.
Mhm.
Sue, I'll give you a chance to talk about one of your listings as well. How is sorry, how is
That's okay.
I don't even know where I am in my how is
There you go. That's it. This is an adorable 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square foot home in Oakland, Florida, nestled right next to Winter Garden, walking distance to the West Orange Trail. It's only a few years old. It has been meticulously cared for. That's beautiful turf in the backyard. You won't ever have to worry about watering or pulling weeds or anything like that. It is decorated just beautifully. And I just want to say that this is a very cute, again, another golf cart community. And the owners are they're just looking to relocate in the same area because they love the area. But this home does not have she needs a studio for her artwork. And so that is the only reason that they want to sell their home. Everything else about the home is it's just prime. Every person that has come through and had another showing today, and they just kept saying it's like a model home. It's just beautifully staged. And
a wonderful floor plan.
Yeah, it is a great floor plan. Gas appliances, 2-car garage. There is the water heater has been updated and maintained. It's got, it had some parts replaced, even though they didn't need to replace them. They wanted to make sure that it was in top working order, even though it's only 6 years old. And we just dropped the price on this. It was at $599, and we have dropped it to $589, and that was just as of yesterday. And there is an open house this weekend. This coming Sunday, I'll be there from 12 to 2. So if you don't know, if you're not looking for something like this, but you know somebody who is, then, please send them this address. It's 1808 Western Trailway in Oakland. And I wanted to piggyback on what Virginia was saying about the listing photos. And I think you can kind of get the idea from the 2 videos you just saw. Lots of light. Open the blinds, open the curtains, turn all the lights on, even though it seems contradictory to turn all the lights on if you have the sunshine coming through. It really does make a difference. And it makes the home feel brighter and happier. It literally makes the home feel happier. So I know it's amazing what our eyes will do to our brain. But,
light equals life.
Light equals life. Exactly. I was going to say that. You stole that. So light equals life. And it also equals buyers coming through that really feel like they can develop a connection and actually live in the home. So
beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing that. Those are 2 great listings back to back. A little double feature for our viewers. Sue, you also found this interesting update to Orlando and Tampa. What are we looking at here?
So we mentioned this. Oh gosh, it's probably been maybe 4 or 5 months ago. We talked about the projection of having these air taxis that will take people between Orlando and Tampa. And I'm not even sure at that point we were talking about 30 minutes, but this is where it has come to at this point. And it's going to make everything look really, really interesting. This is at Kissimmee Gateway Airport, and they unveiled the fast charging station and new air traffic management technology for electric aircraft. So the leaders say the projection is it could improve in transportation while creating jobs and boosting the regional economy. So it's not just providing better access as far as getting somebody to Tampa faster or to Orlando faster. It's actually, making transportation easier, and, people are going to get jobs from it. There is this was, I thought, really cool. What's a beta charge tube? Local leaders and aviation experts are laying out the physical groundwork to support the next generation of regional air travel. Rather than just discussing the concept of advanced air mobility, crews have actively begun building out the physical infrastructure at the Gateway Airport. So we are going to keep our eye on this because, like the Brightline, this can change. You could actually live in Orlando or Tampa and work in the other city if you needed to. Or if you wanted to live in Tampa and you only needed to go into the office 1 or 2 days a week in Orlando, there you go. If it's a job that you just cannot possibly be remote all the time. So just the advancements in technology, and, everywhere we see it. We were talking earlier about how the photos have changed, just from 10 years ago, the listing photos, how much better they are. So.
Yeah. It's not any guarantee that a community or a city or a state will pursue this kind of advancements and, a standard of living and, lifestyle for its people, which, it brings me to this article that I heard today that Florida now ranks as the 14th largest economy in the world at $1.8 trillion.
Wow.
So that means like this economy, as far as even like compared with major countries. So if Florida was a country, it would be the 14th biggest economy on the planet, jumping.
That's amazing.
I mean, I know I had heard I only ever heard that talked about like California. Like California would be the 6th biggest economy in the world if it was a country on its own. And it looks like Florida is continuing to climb the ladder as well. And that is no small amount. And all of that luxury and lifestyle and I even saw that like another article, I didn't pull it up, that was just saying that the Orlando International Airport is like one of the top, like in the top 10 best in the whole country now too, as they've
Yep.
done that. So we are becoming a force to be reckoned with as far as like standard of living. And
Yes.
so our economy grew 6.3% over the past year, moving the states closer to its goal of being in the top 10 by 2030. Wow. My brain went like, oh, that's so far away.
No.
Oh man. Wasn't 2016 like just a couple of years ago?
Yeah. It's like
No. But basically, we need about 2% more economic growth to overtake South Korea. Ooh, okay. And then, so basically, we're going to need 21% additional growth to pass, I guess, Canada. So, okay, we'll get there. You know, we'll get see how those trade deals work out, right? That we're always talking about with Canada,
Right.
lots of stuff going on with the economy. I don't claim to be an economic expert, but I'll be your real estate expert. And all three of us will. So yeah, that's just a little fun to just beat our chests a little bit about where we rank as far as being a good place to live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and as for getting you guys' homes on the market, and buying your home, especially investing in Florida as an amazing economy and lifestyle, I found this from Listing Reports Inc. that was just giving a 5-point guideline to what's best to consider when buying a vacation home. I was just giving someone a house tour today who was looking to buy a second home. Actually, I think it might have been like a third or fourth home, but they're all the second homes compared to the main residence. So he'll have a second home in Florida and Celebration, Florida. But basically, purpose is number one. Decide if it's for personal use, rental, income, or both. And definitely, yeah, we got to, before you fall in love with a community, figure out what the ordinances are for its HOA or community guidelines for, like, if you have to live in that residence for a certain number of days of the year, or you have to live under a certain number, like 6 months and a day or something like that. That that they do somehow, they keep track of that. And then location, focus on accessibility and long-term demand, not just scenery, for number 2. So I mean, a pretty view is always a great component of location, but what it's close to and what's going to be built in the horizon for it. Like we have a lot of cool lots in Celebration that are conservation, which means that they back against woods and stuff. And, it's a really good question that comes up, is that, is that always going to be there? And in this case, when it's a conservation lot, yes, like they're not allowed to chop those trees down and build anything else. But sometimes the answer is, yeah, they could do that. And we want to figure that out for you in your community.
Mm-hmm.
Cost, calculate the taxes, insurance, HOA, maintenance, and travel. That's right. There's so much more added on with a house than just the purchase price that you got at closing. Right. I just went to the dry cleaners the other day, and I started to take my really nice shirts, and I was like, how many times I had to keep buying the shirt
Yeah, exactly.
What's the cost of having nice things? It's like you buy $100 shirt, and then you gotta keep buying it.
That's right. Every time you go to the dry cleaners.
That's a good point.
The real smart play. Now I know why all those billionaires like Zuckerberg and stuff, like they just wear and Bill Gates, they just wear these shirts from the Gap and stuff. It's they got their billions by not going to the dry cleaners.
Exactly.
Number 4, rental laws. Confirm HOA limits and permits before buying. Not everything's a short-term rental community. People would love it if they could rent out their Celebration houses and condos for like Disney vacationers. But the residents, I don't know, what they like about that community is that it's communal and that they know the neighbors, and that there's not like party buses full of spring breakers coming in to make a lot of noise in the unit next door to you and come and go. It's good to kind of feel like you know who you live by.
I agree.
Other communities, they want to party. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Management, set up local help if you won't be there often. Yeah, I mean, like some HOAs like make you shut off the water valve in your condo if you're gonna like be out of it for like 2 weeks or more, because you just never know what's might accidentally happen, or what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
So, all right, so those things to consider: purpose, location, cost, rental rules, and how you're going to manage and maintain it.
Right. Those are good things to consider.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's what we help you with. That's why our phone numbers are on the screen. If we'll figure out for you. And of course, another thing, when it beyond just the rental laws, we always want to pull the rental history, like when you're looking at something you want to use as a vacation rental. To see, so what kind of business has it been getting? Has this thing been a high demand property, or are you just going to be able to take it over and the money just starts flowing right away, or is there just something about it that's keeping people from wanting to rent that one? So yeah, we'll look into all that good stuff for you. Our phone numbers on the screen.
For sure.
I think that's all we have for you. We're creeping up on the half-hour mark there, but we'll take this moment just to say goodbye and say our phone numbers before we leave. I'm Elijah again with Forward in Motion, 407-922-0587.
Virginia Carlson, 407-487-9960.
Sue Coptia, 407-334-7770.
Very nice. All right, folks. I think that's what we've got. Always get in touch with us. If you have any other questions, that are too complicated for the chat. And hey, your needs are usually more complicated than a quick live chat. So
Right.
with that, we'll throw it over to Kim Hawk, the Fairy Godmother Real Estate, to sign us out. Take care.
Bye.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.